All right, so today's lesson is on solving multi-step word problems. I know I sound pretty terrible, and I hope it's not too hard to hear me, but this is the best I can do right now. So just bear with me. Um, so today's lesson is on solving multi-step word problems, and we've really done this before. It's just now we're including two-digit by two-digit multiplication possibly in here, and also maybe some basic division too. So remember, multi step means more than one step. Um, so we're looking at problems that have more than one step to them. Anytime we have problems that have more than one step with them, it's very helpful to write an equation to solve those problems. So it says sometimes problems require more than one operation to solve. An operation is a mathematical process such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Remember, we have four operations in math. We have adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So let's take a look at our first example. Now, I know they have the equation broken down below this problem on your page for you, but I really want you to write it out with me as I'm going to write it here. So let's take a look at this. It says Frances earns $8 each week walking dogs. She spends $3 each week and saves the rest. There are 52 weeks in a year. How much will she have saved at the end of the year? So let's go back and look at what we know. We know Frances earns $8 each week walking dogs. So that means in 1 week, if she earns it, she's going to get $8, right? So she gets $8. But then she spends $3, so she's losing $3, and she's going to save the rest. But I don't know, according to my sentences, how much the rest is. It also gives me some helpful information. There are 52 weeks in a year, because even though it tells me information for 1 week, so $8 each week, $3 each week, it wants to know how much she's going to save at the end of the year. So I really need to know, or I'm solving to find out for the whole year. Oh, excuse me. So let's start out. Let's take a look at what we do know. Let's start writing our equation. You can do this on your paper. You can do this on scratch paper, whichever you think is best. So first off, Frances earns $8 each week walking dogs. So I'm starting out my equation. Remember, equations must have an equal sign. Equations are number sentences. That means that they're written from left to right. So Frances earns $8 each week walking dogs. She spends $3 each week. So each week, even though she gets $8, she's going to lose $3 of that. And then she's going to save the rest. Well, you all can very easily answer, how much is she going to save? Hopefully, you're already saying $5, and that's correct. But I don't need to write the $5 out in my equation. Let's put parentheses around this because this happens first, right? So Frances earns $8 each week and she spends $3 each week. So this has to happen first before I can figure out what she has to do for her 52 for her year, for her 52 weeks of the year. So I know that inside the parentheses, that's going to be her $5 that she's left. The rest that she's going to save is that $5 in there. So now let's think. If I have $5 that's left over in 1 week, how am I going to figure out how much money she's going to save for all year? So if $5 is for 1 week, what do I have to do for 1 year? Because 1 week and 1 year aren't the same. I've got to exchange out my year and my week. Instead of saying 1 year, I need to change it to 52 weeks. So if $8 minus $3 leaves me with the $5 that she's going to save in 1 week, I need to multiply my $5 times my 52 weeks to see how much she's going to save in a year. So now I'm ready to solve my equation. So remember, to solve, you'll want to drop everything down. So $8 minus $3 leaves her with the $5 that she's going to save. Since I've used what's in parentheses, my parentheses disappear, and I drop down that 52. Now, in order to solve, let's see if I can get my mouse working. In order to solve, now I have 52 times, or $5 times 52. So I'll definitely want to stack that, and it's got a spot for you to stack it. 52 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. My 0 carry my 1. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 is 26. So my total saved for all year is $260. Now they do want you to check it with estimation. Sorry, that's supposed to be a 6, even though it doesn't look like it. 6 right there. So let's estimate. Of course, we don't want to round that single digit. Let's round this right here, my 52. So let's say 5 times 50 is 52. We round to 50. 5 times 5 is 25. I've got 1 0 in my factor. So 250 is my estimate. So since $260 is close to my estimate, $250, the answer is correct. All right, we know that you can use variables to represent unknown quantities. It's okay when we don't know something in math because we're just going to use a variable to solve it. All right, so let's look at our example 2. Example 2 says Coach Murphy bought 3 boxes of trophies. Each box has 45 soccer trophies. He also bought 15 tennis trophies and some golf trophies. There are a total of 170 trophies. Write an equation to describe the number of trophies that Coach Murphy bought. How many golf trophies did Coach Murphy buy? Write an equation, solve for the unknown quantity. This is a very good example of why equations are needed because this problem throws a lot of information at us. So let's take a look. Coach Murphy bought 3 boxes of trophies. It says each box has 45 soccer trophies. He also bought 15 tennis trophies and some golf trophies. Now I don't know how many golf trophies, so I'm thinking that is going to be for my variable. Yes, that's where my variable is going to go. And it says there are a total of 170 trophies. Write an equation to describe the number of trophies that Coach Murphy bought. How many golf trophies did Coach Murphy buy? All right, again, I know it breaks it up for you, but I'd really rather you write one equation along with me. So let's go back up to the beginning. Coach Murphy bought 3 boxes of trophies. Each box has 45 soccer trophies. Well, if he has 3 boxes of trophies, and each box has 45 soccer trophies in it, we're going to have to multiply to see how many trophies are in all 3 boxes. And I have to keep those two numbers together, and I have to do that first before I move on to anything else. And it says he also bought 15 tennis trophies. So if he's also buying something, that means I need to add my 15 tennis trophies. And he bought some golf trophies. Well, I don't know how many golf trophies, but that's fine. Let's use my variable here for my golf trophies. And then it says there are a total of 170 trophies. So if I have my total, that means that I'm ready for my equal sign. All right, so let's make sure. Each box has 45 soccer trophies, and I have 3 boxes. There we go. He also bought 15 trophies, so also means I'm going to add. He also bought some golf trophies. I don't know how many, so I'm going to use my variable. And there's my total. So now I'm ready to solve. Remember, you should be working this out with me, just as I'm working it out here. So, of course, we've got to do what's in parentheses first. And remember, once I use what's in parentheses, they disappear. So 45 times 3, I stack it up. 5 times 3 is 15. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So I get 135. Drop down my plus 15 plus G equals to 170. All right, so now what I have left, I can add these two. So let's do 135. I'm just going to use this one up here. Plus 15. 5 plus 5 is 10. 3 plus 1, 2 is 5. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. So I get 150.
No, 2 is 3.
Okay. Sorry, guys watching me. 150 plus G equals to 170. Now, they gave you a bar diagram down here to show you what we're talking about. They wanted to model, okay, my total is 170, but I can only see part of it. I can only see 150. So how am I going to find what's missing? Anytime I have something missing in an addition problem, I need to subtract. Hopefully you said subtract. So put your big number on top and subtract. And we will find that our missing amount for the golf trophies is 20. So G equals to 20. So that means that I can come back in here and plug in a 20 for this G. And my answer would be correct. It would all equal out. All right, let's take a look at the guided practice. I do want you to, I'll read it, but I want you to pause it. After I read it, I want you to try it. Then I want you to come back and check your answer with what I have. Like work it with me, or no, you try it. Then whenever you turn this back on, you look through your steps as I'm going through it and see if you did the same thing. Okay, so pause it now and give the guided practice a try after I read it. Okay, Carrie has 20 bags of prizes. Each bag has 4 prizes. She also has a red bag with 13 prizes and a blue bag with the rest of the prizes. She has a total of 100 prizes. How many prizes are in the blue bag? Write an equation. Use a variable for the unknown number. All right, so now's when you would pause it and work it out and see how you did. I'm going to keep going so that you can come back here and check it. So Carrie has 20 bags of prizes. Each bag has 4 prizes. So what that means is Carrie has 20 bags and each bag has 4 prizes. So I'd have to say 20 times 4. Now, I do have to do this first, and these two numbers have to stay together. So I want to put parentheses around those. It says she also has a red bag. Also means to add, has a red bag with 13 prizes and a blue bag with the rest of the prizes. I don't know how many prizes are in the blue bag, so I'm just going to use a B, a variable. She has a total of 100 prizes, so total means that's how much it equals to. All right, how many prizes are in the blue bag? So now we've got to solve for B. We've got to solve our variable. Now, I do want you, so this should be your equation, but I want you to write it down somewhere, maybe out to the side so you can work it out. I really don't want you to work it out on those lines because it gets so incredibly messy. All right, so let's see what we do first. Of course, we have to do it in parentheses first. 4 times 20, and I don't have to stack that because of the 0. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then I have 1 0. Drop down my plus 13 plus B equals 100. All right, so now looking at my problem, I'm going to have to add my 80 plus 13, which is 93, plus B equals 100. All right, so here I am. I've worked this down, and now I'm at an addition sentence where I'm missing something. 93 plus B equals 100. Well, if I have an addition sentence, remember that bar diagram from earlier? If my total is 100 and I know that part is 93, how am I going to figure out what goes in the other part? I've got to subtract 100 minus 93. Can't do that. Can't borrow, so I'll come right here. My 1 turns into a 0, which makes that 10. But I have to borrow again to make that a 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 0 minus nothing is 0. So that leaves me with B equaling to 7. All right, now you're going to work the independent practice on the next 2 pages by yourself. I will have some videos to read through it and to give you some hints. But you definitely need to make sure that you are trying and showing your work and putting forth your best effort. I miss y'all and I hope y'all are doing good.